Hey everyone, welcome back. So, in this episode I'm going to be tackling one or two issues. Mostly in that I do actually need my Buildcraft stuff and thermal expansion stuff, and that I don't have nearly enough lumber. I really need more lumber just in general. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab a bunch of this stuff. Let's see. Grab some of these, stuff like this. Drop this stuff back in here. And we're going to get an area set up specifically for lumber and a few other things. Basically just my Buildcraft housing. Sorry about that. Let's head down. I'm going to sleep through the night because a fair amount of this will require me to do stuff above ground as well. So, sleeping through the night. And there is one thing other than setting up all of my Buildcraft stuff again that I'm going to do with Buildcraft other than making the sawmill and the wood lumber. And so I'm also going to make an induction smelter, but I'll get to that later in the episode. So let's knock out right here. And let's make a pretty big area back here for what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to knock all of this out, empty out a 5x5 by probably 3 or 4 area where I'm going to house my steam engines. And I am going to need a door, so I'll leave this here. But I am going to also knock out where I'm going to finish the rest of my stuff. So I'm going to have machines be here. So my pulverizer, powered furnace, rolling machine, and whatever else I decide to use. And I'm going to clear all these configs. And I will use the pulverizer for some stuff. It's not going to be often, but it does have its uses. However, when I get to the industrial blast furnace from Gregtech, that has a lot of the similar uses. But I'm going to finish clearing out this area, and I'll be back when I'm ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so I've knocked out this area back here. I'm going to actually fix this. And I'm going to set up my infinite water source. So I want water here, water here, water here, and water here. So let's quick do that. Because right here is where I'm going to have my aqueous accumulator. So let's put this down here. And I'm going to close all but the top. And I'm going to quick expand this a little bit. And we're going to have our thingamabobbers here. And by thingamabobbers, I mean engines. So, golden waterproof piping. And I am going to expand the engine array in a little bit to add a third one. But for now, this will work. And I'm going to clear out this little bit. There's only 3 machines right now, so I'm going to set it up so that they're hooked up like that. But I've got a little bit more crafting to do, so I'm going to go make myself a few more of the gold conductive pipes, and then I'll be back. So I'm back. I've got everything I need at the moment. Come in here, grab my wrench, or at least I think I have everything I need. Well, let's find out. Oh, I need a little more space, is what I need. Okay. And actually, I'm not going to hook up the rolling machine just yet. Okay, I do have everything I need. So, I'm going to head back over. I'm going to pop some of this into the coal coke oven. And I'm going to grab this coal coke out of here. I'm going to need to set up an automatic emptying system for that. That'll come in a bit. So, let's come back here. I'm going to drop one into each of these, and I'm not going to set it up so that they're running just yet. I have some other things that I want to get taken care of. So, set it up like that. And let's head back. And I'm actually going to move you down. Another machine that I want to make, other than the induction smelter. Actually, I've got two that I want to make. I want to make the magma crucible, and I want to make a liquid transposer. So they're both pretty simple. So I'm going to come back up here, drop off this cobblestone, and let's see, you use the reception coil. Okay, so 2 pieces of glass, or 4 pieces of gold. Let's see, 8 pieces of iron, 4 pieces of redstone. Let's see, a bucket, 2 buckets probably. Glass. It's magma crucible. And 2 nether brick. Okay. Simple enough. I should have all of that laying around. And then we can get to crafting. 1, 2. Alright. And I'm actually going to grab a full stack of redstone. And why will become will become apparent in a little bit. So, come back here. Clear out the recipe. Clear out the recipe. I'm going to use this one. Machine frame. So let's put these in here. Oh, good. Again, clear out the recipe. So I've got 2 of those, and let's get to crafting. I didn't grab my copper. I knew I forgot something. So going up here, 4 copper. And I do need to eat, so keep myself topped off. There we go, magma crucible. And now the liquid transposer. Okay. So what do these 2 things do? Well, the magma crucible will melt down materials into a molten form. The liquid transposer will put the... Alright, I'm going to close off all this. Liquid transposer will put those liquids into another another container, so a cell, a can, bucket, stuff like that. So let's come back in here and let's set up this to receive power. I'm going to keep knocking out a little bit more. And this setup is sort of temporary. There are things that I'm working towards getting that will help sort of with my problem issue, or with my power issue. Yes, problem issue. My problem issue is no speak good. So let's grab some levers. I think I have levers just laying around in a chest back here. And get a demonstration of how these things work. Did I not make levers? There they are. Okay. So first I'm going to cook up some molten redstone. I'm going to do that because I need the molten redstone to use in energy conduits, which are something that, while they have an overall 5% power loss, they have some advantages of things like not exploding and a few other things. So I'm actually going to, for the time being, set this up so that only power goes to that machine, because I don't need the other machines having power at the moment. So let's fire this up and this up. And I'll drop another coal coke in here. And I'm going to go make myself another hobbyist steam engine off camera while I wait. Okay, so I'm back, and I've got 150 micro buckets. So that's not really enough, but what am I making these for? I'm making these for redstone energy conduits. Oh, I've got a fair amount. Okay. So, what do I need to make these? Well, oh, that's magnificent. I need something that I'm being blocked by a Gregtech for. Okay. So I need electrum. And it looks like I'm going to need... Wait, what? Huh. Looks like I'm going to need an industrial thing, but for the time being, I've got this that I wanted set up in here. And it looks like I won't need industrial centrifuge, an induction smelter, but I am going to make one. So let's look at how to make one. It does require 2 invar or ingots, copper, redstone reception coil, and a bucket. So, fairly simple. And I'm just going to dump the... Oh. What's going on down here? Did I do this? Huh. I guess I did. Well, I'm going to dump that there. And I'm going to head back up and let's grab the stuff I need to make a... whatever that thing is called. How very descriptive. Induction smelter. 2 of you. 4 of you. 2 of you. And 2 of you. Let's head back down. Got a machine frame. Need some redstone. And one day I will have a solution to this continuously forgetting resources things. Oops, did not want a whole stack of that. There we go. So, let's put this in here. Reception coil. And now I've got an induction smelter. And this allows you to double and sometimes triple your ore production. To double it, you can always use sand and the ore, and it will smelt into twice as many as the ore would smelt into. Or you can use rich slag, which you get from using the sand and ore, to triple the amount you get. So I've got a fair amount of that. So, what next? Well, that's going to be me resolving my issue with lumber. Sorry about that. And that's going to be done with not factorization, Mine Factory Reloaded. It's going to be done with a planter and a harvester. And I'm not going to use a fertilizer because it will complicate things, but I'm going to go clear out my inventory, grab everything I need, and I will meet you guys when I have it. Okay, so I'm back, and I need to... Oop, I put the wrong thing in here. Give me these. I need to make myself some golden pipes, but in addition to that, I need to make a few more things. First thing I'm going to make is a sawmill. Fairly simple. One of you, or two of you, I really need to get more iron. Two of you, two of you, 3 more iron because I need an axe. Let's head over here because I need some wood planks and 2 sticks. And the sawmill is going to allow me to process woods into 6 woods. Because normally you craft the wood plank into, or the wood log into 6, or 4. With this you process it into 6. So it does mean I could set up an aluminium crafting system that will infinitely generate wood, but I'm not going to bother with that. It's a pretty simple concept. Or at least I'm not going to bother with it for now. I might do something with it later on, but... Let's see, machine frame... Okay. Next up, redstone reception coil. And there we go, got a sawmill. That is something that's going to come into play later on in this build. And for now, I'm actually going to grab 4 diamonds, and we're going to convert these down to gold for gold piping. And this is a bit of a misappropriation of resources, but let's put this, and all of this in here. And grab a minium stone. But this 63. That's not what I wanted to do. I forgot about that crafting mode. Clear the recipe. And I do need a bunch of iron, so this conversion works. Now, I need to set up a few more things, so let's get to doing that. First thing I need to set... Oop, that's not what I need. First thing I need is a planter. Which requires a piston, factory machine block, and a few other little things. So, let's grab the stuff I'm going to need. One of you. One of you. 4 of you, accidentally grabbing 5, that's fine. And I really need to move these chests over into that building, which is what I'm going to do probably between episodes. You... I'll bring all of this over. And I should note that the rubber wood processes into jungle wood planks. So if you were wondering about that, that's what it processes into. However, that's not what I'm normally going to use them for. At least not for a little while. So let's see. Yeah, I may as well do this by hand. Redstone. Piston. And how do we make plastic sheets? Well, we make them this way. Okay, and there's a tool that I'm going to need. And that tool is the precision sledgehammer. But let's quick come in here. I've got all of the machine frames I'm going to need. Come on, give me those. And I'm gonna quick grab this, put some more power back into my system. And I need flower pots. Pretty simple. Since I need 2 of them, it is the bucket recipe with clay instead of buckets, or instead of iron. So, we've got a planter. Now I'm going to need a harvester. Pretty simple. So 4 iron and 3 gold. I could have grabbed 4 iron and I would have had more than enough and been able to do this recipe, but this works. Golden axe. Wonderful game. Shears don't stack. And now I've got my harvester. So with these, I'm going to need to come over here and make a waypoint. Ignore the grammar. Okay. And it's nighttime, so let's sleep, because I do need to do a fair amount of work outside. So, sleep through the night, and when it becomes daytime, let's see if I do not have a pick just laying around, so I'm going to have to remedy this, because I do need a pick. Yes, die, skeletons. You don't belong in this world. And I'm going to grab this because I am going to make a new diamond pick in a little bit. But coming back down, and this is a lot of crafting this episode. So, here we go. And grab you. Come back here. Knock this generator out. Yep. Let's see where this will need to go. Okay, so I can set it up right about here. This'll work. I'm gonna dig in a little bit. So I'm gonna dig in down to here. Knock out this, this, and this. And I'm gonna clear out some space back here. And I'm going to clear out some space here as well. Okay, now with this space, I'm going to knock this out. I'm going to put the harvester and the planter in here. So I'm going to put the planter here and the harvester here. Now these aren't facing the right way, so I'm going to sledgehammer them. Come on. And with the harvester, you want the animated face, or this face right here, to be pointing forward. And with this one, which one do you want? I don't think it... Oh, right. Yeah, this is the special one. Okay. with this one, you actually don't want it there. You instead want it down here, because it will grow upwards. So, what exactly does that mean? Well, first thing it means is that I'm going to actually be setting up some of this. And I'm going to clear out a little bit more space back here. But the planter will plant things directly above it. So I'm going to finish clearing out a little bit more space, and then I'll be back when I'm ready to move onwards. So I'll see you guys then. Okay, so I have my system basically set up, and there's a few little things that I'm going to have to tweak, like setting up the sawmill down below to auto process and auto eject and all of that. But for the time being, the system, when I give it power, will run. So do I have anything flammable? Yeah, why not? I'll get a lot of this. So this will very slowly receive power. Let's go up top to see how this runs. And I'm going to close off this bit here. So it's planted these. Now, it's not going to do anything until they grow, so I will be back when they've grown, or when I decide to bone meal them, but I'm also going to sleep through the night. So another thing I should note is that this system is not in any way self-containing. It will not continue to run itself, also I cannot do that. Okay. It will run for a very finite amount of time at the time being. I can automate it, and I will in the oh god, I'm stuck inside of a tree. And I will automate it in the near future. Now let's go down here to watch the magic happen. Okay, so when it cycles through, it will process and break all of the leaves within its certain area. And once it has done that, it will harvest all of the wood. And all of this is going to go down, and the planter is planted. It's all going to come down here. And I didn't accommodate for one thing. Okay. It's going to come down here to this. And now there are 7 of the one certain thing floating around, I believe. Well, I'll deal with that later. And then if I had everything completely set up, these would auto-process into the planks. But this is the basics of the system. So I am going to actually come over here and forcibly shut the system off for now and do some fine-tuning between episodes. But for now, that's the basics of it, and I'll see you guys next time. There we go. There's what I needed. But, yep, finishing up all of this off camera, and then I'm going to see you guys next time.